Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this quick Blokees classic class figure review, we're going to be looking at their take on a Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime figure. So we're going to have a look at how articulate he is, everything that comes inside the packaging. We're going to compare him quickly with, of course, the Studio Series version of himself, and funnily enough, as I've still got him hanging around, the trumpeter version as well. So as you can see, loads to get through on this video. So before I get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, I'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please. And also to remind you guys that you can get this from showz store, and there's a direct link in the description. Before we get started, I want to check out the box, because once again the box is just beautiful. So these classic class, I think this is just before the TF1 movie obviously, but what I'm trying to say is these are slightly more, maybe a teeny bit chibi-ish, whereas the TF1 movie versions of the classic class are very, very screen accurate, perfect proportions and everything, whereas with these they just look slightly out. The box is stunning though, lovely and reflective. You can see we've got the extra accessory, which I'm going to show you in a second. You do have to build this guy up. It's not difficult at all, and to be honest, it's quite fun, to be fair. It's like bringing Lego and Transformers together at the same time, which, to be honest, that is fun. He also comes with a base. Now this is the most bland base I've ever seen, but that is because he comes with this additional sticker sheet, so you can then stick these on to the base as well, which again looks really, really good. What I'm going to do is just quickly bring the camera down just so you can see him when I bring him there. The instructions as well, very quickly, let me show you, are very straightforward. There again are all your parts. That's the Rise of the Beasts classic class lineup figures, which, to be honest, I think I'm going to go back and have a go at finding them. I know they're on showz as well, but because they are quite fun, as I say, to build. And the best thing about these is even the bits that you can't see, like underneath all the legs where all the wheels and stuff are, they still go to that attention of detail to make it look as good as possible. Now the figure itself, I can go even closer actually, we might as well. There we go. It's exactly that. It's highly articulate, but you'll see what I mean about the fact that I think it's still just slightly out of proportion. The head is on a ball and socket joint, so it will go all the way around. You can see it's lit up. That's one of the things that all the classic class figures do have. The shoulders are ball and sockets, and they do actually move up and down as well. You've got a bicep swivel, a bicep flexion. The wrist does rotate, and that is because you can do this. You can take the wrist off, you can then get, the fist off, you can then get your attachment, click that into place, and boom, he's all armored up already. Now the chest, to my knowledge, you can open it, but there isn't a very detailed matrix there, unfortunately. You can sort of make out what it is, but it is nice that you've got this little addition, I suppose, of exactly that, the fact that you can even open it, which is great. There is a full waist swivel, which is completely unrestricted, as you can see. The legs, these are actually little, are they? I thought they were. Oh no, they're not. On some of them they are. Some of these are completely movable. With this particular one it's not. However, it doesn't really hinder much. You can kick all the way forward, all the way back. You've got your swivel at the top as the thigh. You've got your swivel in the knee. You've got your knee bend, your ankle tilt, and your rock. So as I say, for the people who collect the movie figures, I do think this is a very good addition. A, because of the fact it's quite small. It's borderline what I would class as legend scale, which is a third party, I suppose, term for figures like this. In fact, it is. It's about the same size as your new age Optimus Prime. With regards, I suppose, to mainline figures, that's a mainline TF1 Optimus, which is bigger. I've got a core class Optimus here, and I've still got his Megatron arm on. So it's bigger than core class, but not as big as the deluxe class figures. But again, they're not supposed to scale with each other. They are indeed supposed to just, I suppose, let's be honest, you're supposed to collect them all, aren't you? Collect them all, then you've got your own sort of display. He's obviously nowhere near as big as the Studio Series version, and of course the Studio Series version's got the bonus that it does transform. But it depends what you collect, and it depends what you're after. If you're not bothered about him transforming, which I know it sounds ridiculous, but lots of people who watch this channel, lots of people in general, aren't too fussed about it now, because that's why there's YOLO Park, that's why there's Blokees, and that's why there's so many other companies. I think is it Agora or something like that? There's a few others that have just all jumped on board the model train, and they all look absolutely fantastic. This is the base that comes with them as well, so you can set up like quite a nice looking display. These can go in any of the holes there. You've got them ports at the bottom, so you can of course pose him however you want. Oh, what have I just knocked off? I think I've just knocked off the back of there. Yes, I have. Yeah, that's it. It's the back of this leg bit. I'll pop it on there in a second, but you can see, look, just how easy it will attach via these little ports, via that on there. In fact, what I'll do is I'll have a go, just so you can see how easy it is. If you do pop any of these off, they do go back on, as simple as that. A nice little click. Brilliant. And again, the reason why I've kept that in, guys, is because if it happens to you, you just want to see how simple it is to fix. His axe is constantly staring in the way. To be fair, I think that does look really good. And as I say, it's got me interested and intrigued into going into buying more of these, of the older Blokees figures, because I got into these mainly because of the Generation 1 figures, which are the Galaxy versions, which again are a bit smaller than these. And these still retain the chibi sort of style. The trumpeter version, which you can see, is this one. This, to be fair, it's tough with these, because I suppose the trumpeter one, we have to be honest, is a little bit more screen accurate because of his proportions. However, I do think that these, the Blokees ones, especially the TF1 movie, are sensational, and they are exact screen representations. But there you go. The choice is yours, obviously. They're both relatively about the same price. It just depends on your collection. It depends what you want to buy. And of course, it depends on what else you've got, what for them to go with. But this is going to round up this particular video. This was and is your classic class. It's number 1, if anybody wants to know. So it must be their first attempt at the classic class figures. That's going to reflect really badly. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. As I say, I think he's fun, and I think he definitely would fit into most people's Rise of the Beast collection anyway. Thanks for watching. Take care.